That device is called the Life Bag. It's a nice little device, okay? Can you all see it there in the, okay. It's amazing. It's this little device right here. It resolves the choking in 59 seconds and is 88% effective. Right? LifeBack to this date has saved over 690 people. And when it's compared to other devices, this is one of the reasons why I chose this device, because I was very elated, because I didn't say the word. God darn it, I'm sat here thinking this word, but I looked at other devices that are similar, like the LifeBack, and the closest one to that is 44%. I mean, where this was 88%, so this is one of the reasons why we chose this, because it's high accuracy. And it's very simple to use. I mean, it comes in 3 sizes, which is even better. There's 3 sizes of mask. I have an infant right here, and you place the mask over the child, and this one really blows my mind. Why it's placed over the face, and you tilt the chin back, create the airway overall, you push down, and you think when you push down, it would lodge it more. But when you pop it out, it actually pulls that stuff out. Now keep in mind, it's not going to solve every problem, because not every every item in the individual's throat that's choking them is not going to be pulled out with this. This is for a complete blockage. Like, it's because it's no air, so it pulls out with the air. So if you got like a little toy, for example, it may help, it may not. It does not hurt to try it. But again, push it in, pull it out, and it comes out. And the interesting thing is because in my research, we all have the internet. We all use YouTube, because YouTube usually provides some good information. I won't say great information, because there's always some out there. But I looked all the different videos that LifeBack provides and other people provide. And the one that actually really stuck with me, and you can look for this on YouTube, it was like a 2-year-old was choking in a restaurant. I mean, everybody's like freaking out, the mother, the father, people around it, they're doing everything. Fire and rescue showed up. There was a person there, got up, you could see him walk out to his car, come back, unpack it, got in front of it, popped that obstruction out of that child's throat, and that child survived. I mean, it's amazing that happened, and that child lives today. And as parents, we continue to strive to find tools to make their lives safer and our safer. Now, mind you, I'm not here to sell you LifeBack. I'm here to show you that there are tools out there for certain situations that you may want to keep in your car, in a bag, at home, whatever, for any situations that may happen with a child or adult. So hopefully you'll consider some of these ideas, because like I said, what we used to use in the past, some may not necessarily fix the problems that we're having today. Thank you.
Very wonderful speech. Thank you so much. All right, Madam Timer, could we please have a minute on the clock, and could everyone please send their comments to Larry regarding the speech? How are we doing on time? Oh, okay, we're there. Okay, good. All right, thank you so much, Vivian. Right, excellent. Well, let's have a round of applause for all of our speakers, table topics, and I think we're doing great with the schedule, so it's time for our 5-minute break. So, Madam Timer. Oh, the timer, of course. Sorry, I forgot about that. All right, Madam Timer, before the 5-minute break, could we please have a timer's report?
Absolutely. Toastmaster of the day. We had 2 amazing speeches by 2 seasoned speakers. Our first speaker, Francine Julie, on her speech, is really taking back that and her brush with the Golden Reaper. Spoke for 7 minutes and 12 seconds. Our second speaker, Toastmaster Larry, gave a very life informative and definitely life-saving speech on choking. Toastmaster Larry has very much improved on his time management. He spoke for 6 minutes and 20 seconds. Madam Toastmaster of the day, both of our speakers were within time.
Thank you so much, Vivian. Now, Mr. Vote Counter, could we please have the poll? So everybody can vote for best speaker.
No, it should come back since I moved it down here, so it should appear down here now, but I'm ready just in case.
We're good with the voting? Actually, I think before we take our break, I'll finish up about Harry Truman. I'll talk about him for the next session. Although the public, especially the people that he talked to in person at his whistle stops, loved Truman's aggressive style, his feisty and folksy style, it still didn't help him with the political pundits. They all felt that he should be more dignified, that this was okay for speaking to groups of farmers, but not for someone who was going to be president. He should be more dignified the way Dewey was. So again, even though his popularity was growing among the public, the pundits, the newspaper editors, magazine editors, radio commentators, all predicted still that Dewey was going to win. More than 500 newspapers, about 80% of them at the time, endorsed Dewey. Radio broadcaster Walter Winchell said that the gambling odds were 15-1 against Truman. That night of the election, Truman went to sleep. He woke up at 12 o'clock, midnight, and listened to the returns. As they said, he was 1.2 million votes ahead of Dewey. But the commentator added, but, you know, still Dewey's going to win. Truman went back to sleep. He woke up at 4. He listened to the news again. 2 million votes ahead. But the commentator said, well, once the late votes come in, of course, Dewey's going to win. So the next morning, surprise, Dewey hadn't won. Truman had managed to pull it off. And as we saw in the photo, he was elated. So I hope in the second half of this meeting, more people will use the word of the day, elated, and that Toastmaster Roger will have some work to do. So why don't we, Madam Timer, could you please give us a 5-minute break, and we'll look forward to resuming the meeting then. Thank you.
See, I knew the word last week was coming out of my head. I'm trying to go last, late. Like, I know, I got it written down and says, I'd be elated to come. I was very elated with this product.
Yes.
Thank you. And
That was always, yeah.
There was a person saw Sam, they was over somebody just shook me on a piece of ice and they did the hunt and we run and it shot out. I mean, I'm sure we would have probably actually we all know.
especially eating, because a lot of took the curve of people eating.
Oh, yeah, that's totally, any sort of problems, and all of that.
Yep.
I'm worried if
I
I
guess
They have anything that is used, people post stories on the website. And not too long ago, 4 weeks ago, the 78-year-old girl lady was saved by that.
because that's always my.
Yes. I got that off the hand. I mean, they're yeah. Well, I mean, you can find directly from the website itself. I think I did find it on the website. Okay. But there are different brands, and like I said, this is one that, so far from what I've seen, had a higher percentage rate of success. But it doesn't really tell you how that success is identified. Yeah, measured. But the other ones, I mean, the other ones, when you might have that. I think about this one, life back. Because we're gonna buy 2 more.
Some great present for
Yeah, because we're gonna have one in each car and one in the house.
Professional.
So,
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. And it's really exciting, you have to
So it's like when you push it there and, yeah, when you push it, it creates a vacuum, but when you, no, when you push it, it creates a vacuum, and when you release, brings it up.
Again.
yeah, go to YouTube and type life back, you'll see a lot of videos on it.
That's,
$70.
not bad.
Yeah. And like I said, it's one tool that we have. I mean, it's working on this same
I would
one.
rather use this, you know, because when you do it, I don't know,
Yeah, yeah, they meant some of this, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean,
We're gonna shut it down.
It's small,
They're still doing just like air.
You have a valve, if you're pushing it, that's okay.
Yeah.
So we have to use the,
yeah, so when you press it, it's tricky, I just remove it here, from it, right? So you release it, you have a lot, but then it back to this, because that was always my anxiety. I know it's not reason that I shouldn't, for some people, it's all about right? But I didn't get in their minds.
You know what amazes me about your speech? Really, the next stop there that fast to save this child, don't it take?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say.
Well, the thing I'm referring to, you'll see that there's a long time between mix actually arriving.
Yeah.
Because everybody's trying to save these kids. You see the people at the restaurant trying to help out. But just about the paramedics were there, the guy, I guess,
He meant his partner.
hey, when get this, you can see him open up.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know see that's the thing, what was the fire rescue do? They were escaping, or was that police officers? Might have been police officers, I'm standing there.
But some of them, they're not going to pay for some, they have something that costs, we got even 10 loss. Because.
Yeah.
I did for the summer.
Okay.
The other thing that we did is CPR masks. So her go put the lips on there, so.
Smart.
But I actually don't.
Yeah.
You know, I had that, like, that helped. To do CPR rather than do text
But see, I look at those, and those are expensive. $2,000. to speak to me on that. So you plug it in, on here, and you press the button, and that's how you push. Nothing else. So, you got to do 5 times.
Good workout, fun.
You're by yourself, it's gonna be the best.
You walking or you driving?
You're walking.
Walking.
Walking, third, fourth.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Toast of Jack's Toastmasters. We had 2 wonderful speeches earlier. Now we get to the another very important part of our meeting, which is where our prepared speakers receive feedback from their evaluators on how well they did in their speeches, what parts were terrific, which areas things could be improved. So to start us off, I'd like to introduce our general evaluator for today is Toastmaster John Merton. Please help me welcome John.
Good morning once again, fellow Toastmasters. Thank you very much, our Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Billy Cannon. As Billy already pointed out, this is one of the most important parts of our meeting. This is where we give evaluation back to our speakers. One thing I'd just like to remind everyone is that an evaluation of a speaker is the evaluator's opinion of the speech given by the speaker. So because of that, we did not applaud upon the completion of the evaluator's evaluation. We will applaud all our evaluators at the very end just for their time put in and effort for the evaluation. So again, we will not applaud at the end of each evaluation. We will applaud when they come up, and we will applaud both our evaluators at the end. So our first evaluator today is Toastmaster Vanessa Richmond, who will be evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Francine Julie. Please let's welcome Toastmaster Vanessa.
Thank you. Applause are okay for right now. You can applaud me. Good morning, Toast of Jacks. Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and especially Francine. I thank you for the opportunity to evaluate, which we know this speech, which we know is a contest speech. And I tell you, I'm elated to be a part of this. I will say to you, Francine, this is an excellent speech. You did a really great job with it. Remarkable, if you will, if I could use that word. It is filled with, I don't know, the most dynamic gestures. Your gestures were large. They were alive. They really made me feel like I was the caveman. I love that. I love the way you came into the camera and you gave us the face and the voice. That to me is a seller. It's a big seller for this speech because it has so many different people that you're describing. I love the fact that you can go from being a caveman to being the captain to hanging upside down. I could actually visualize all of those people. So I think that's going to be a great selling point for your speech. To me, that was exceptional. I had heard this speech before, but I will tell you the things that you added and the way you added them really enhanced the speech. It really enhanced the speech. So kudos on all of that. I only have one question, and this is me, and maybe it's me. I know the title of the speech is "It's Really Not That Bad," or something along those lines. For me, because that is the title of it, I would like for you to have interjected that in the speech a bit more. Because I know you say it at the end, and you describe, it's really not that bad. You throw it in death. I don't know how much better it could get than that, and thank God that you were able to survive it. But you know how when you talked about the caveman and he went from getting fired and then getting fire and shelter, it's really not that bad. And then how you went from being upside down in the cockpit, which I cannot imagine, and hearing in Mortarita's, love that by the way, Mortarita's, how you were so used to mortars being out there. It's really not that bad. But I really love when you described the fact that you could have died had you gone to work on the plane. I want you to give me a little more emotion. Now, your captain or whoever it was that wanted you to see the baby did an excellent job. I think it would be good if you really came into it and say, guys, I throw it in death. Come into the camera like you do when you're describing your characters, and then give us that emotion of, it could have been me. And then the ending with, it's real, when you look around, and you did this, by the way, you summed it all up, all those things that happened with us, it's no big deal. It's really not that bad. I think this was an excellent speech. Now, I'm biased because you're a member of this club and I've heard this speech before. I think you're a winner. Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Vanessa. At this time, I'd like to go ahead and introduce our second evaluator, Toastmaster Benita Luke, will be evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Larry Jones. Welcome, Benita.
Thank you, General Value Master, fellow Toastmasters, and everyone online. Larry, your speech this morning was an informal speech, which I really enjoyed, and I will share with you some of the things that stood out for me. First of all, you started your speech with an